من وهج الهجر والصيف ظل الغيمك انت هواي من وهج الهجر والصيف واسرح في جمال حسنك واكتب شعري في عنوان اسرح في جمال حسنك واكتب شعري في عنوان شوق العيون العيون شوق العيون.
Hello. Salam alaikum ya jamaah. Malcolm, your brother Prince Deng. Once again, after a long time ya jamaah. Inshallah tayyibin, umurkum mashi kwais. I came live before just as a music, listening to my favorite music. Now, it's been a long time ya jamaah. Zaman tawil. Majina, the life. My apologies. You know, Nas life is getting busy. You know. كده قلنا نجوكم كده وندوكم كلمة كلمتين عشان كلنا نستفيد إن شاء الله. كده كايكوا. ويجا بان لور ويجا مودا باي. ينا توري تن. فيسبوك تواني مونجن جوجا ينا توري. ين كلورت. En taman chuku ban lo now these days la anu ban jam ko la iran lo ipat zaman won ni yok ki fadi nen ko podi balo share ke mit bay kalo share ke iran won ngiet ke ping iran won ke interest be jalo ma pan ten dana and you the pay and keep like dan physics ya ma rin na chien ko loy ko kok loy ki piri ata di chiting ni ko ke na jama ta arfe na hukum tamam the crown prince social activist zol ran jam bang bay bes keting kurawon kai koin wel pir keting buri ti ba ke ga mai group yen ko won ke bena yang ko won ke bena oglo ma istafid yani ana pir chiting ke tiel ko ngat ko ti won ni ran but we are no share because you can defeat. Sometimes you know you remind yourself. So we can call the topic there. Random ajama. When I will it is a command. I think Wama the Kaikwa. Near Kaiwan. Akajolo Aruten can give one topic. Kacholo share. Chalui Baban Jamden and quite educate. You know, the cheating again. The topic was very sensitive. One second. Sorry, Jama. Told you about Ben Arvida. And the car package. So, actually, I'm going to topic. You can jump it. The topic I remember was about midlife crisis. Midlife crisis in we can jump on midlife crisis. I think American can like use or normally middle age crisis. On middle age crisis Lord I loy umur 45 ل 50 do before Indi lai loitin ko pada pai we ko yun we ku yin bira na loi Google ting ngaken ni ya side effects of credential midlife crisis. den ko wiɓe an jamt ikiden col menstruation or col menopause menopause طبعا عمل شاكل ديار يعني ko سبب ان جامل ده المفروض يا قد من يركا كون كي سيفلايز يا كي جامل موضوع كنك عشان بينير كنك كون كي لكديت كون كتو 35 to their 40s بينيج إنه كن menopause إنه كن side effects كي وكيفين وبيجا بينيج يعني يتعامل مع الموضوع ده يعني حاجة خطيرة جدا جدا كارو menopause وجالا كده إن شاء الله midlife crisis along role midlife crisis طبعا لكن أغلبا أنا نقول كون أبل جروب أنا عندنا رول لودين في ثلاثة 35 سنة بس يعني كون عندنا لو بدري في عمر الأربعينات لكن أصلا المفروض يبدأ في عمر 45 ل 50 ويمكن أصلا كون لودين هي تغير في الحال النفسي يعني التغيير في الحال النفسي بتاع الإنسان مجرد ما أنت وصلت العمر 45 سنة بيحصل لك هبوط نفسيا وبيحصل لك هرمونياتكو الهرمون بتاعك بيتغير في جسمك و sometimes نايوجين يجي راون واي ربما كينو وبا يعني بريل في حياة مقلقل شوي كده يعني نفسيا بجي كجلا كوج يمكن نجي أساسا jadi يعني جلا جور إنه نجي أساسا jadi وتاني كويكو كون كي ديري جبت بشر عنك وايو إيراندا لتن بدور كراي كم ينده بير يعني إيراندا لو بان راج إيراندا لو مستقبل دراج إيراندا لو جيف أب بيرك إيراندا لو يمكن أوريال بس كره كجبورياك يعني ما بيوك بس يعني كتير يوريو كسنسيتيف فايدي ده so كنا يا issue concerning human hormone as you grow you know it changes طبعا we can jump in this topic today because it's really something I did the research about it. You know, I knew it for a long time ago though. So in my teenage years I already knew which midlife crisis in India. So طبعا دين هيوك دين كوجي كيبين ده كده more than like in لو grade في الزمان في المدارس في العلوم ربما تك كده لا subject ونجيبان بريل بريل تدري أنا لكن يعني emphasis ونترلو يتنا باي إنه بجامد برود بلو كرامينهم جسي عشان كبايا علور ممرايس يعني واحد من تنقل يكون كمان تكون علوم النفسي they know more about this stuff بعد بعدها كمان بنجي تسمع مني وده مش تعمل research أكتر research more about this because it's really good for your life هرين عمر 40 و 45 تجي middle age crisis كمان انت بيجوا حاجة انت كرياكن believe it or not you can Google this you will find this I'm not just making it up I read a lot of journals about this كنا expert جامدنا باي and I also observe quite one thing there in my life you see either quite right again or my friends or people can socialize okay que pierden are very critical about it especially those in their 40s to their 45s to their 50s here under yo kajal mojal kajkan ko yadin ko kuna dinga nga dang mo man gachi kada kachi nang accurate you know or a solid in the reason they yani in begen mo dang kit kiniga and tindena ajal we are too much يعني and هذا كده إنجال بلغن هذا جرو جال دكتور فخلاص يعني تيانتو يوكا كينا ديار كارا كينا ini ka ko jende yo nya ka jilitan nya ka tut nya yani umur dak the man yik in midlife crisis you go crazy a lot of people go crazy you see and they don't understand why you know yani a sense of not feeling satisfied with everything they have in life Kriben born يعني كيبنا يوغا شيء perfect. You know, it doesn't matter there on GTA, for example. It is near us, you know. Libya yog masalan kada mari tinglu ena che enough. I think that ting shara jati ba ting ka deng deng wat. You see, yog kanang no ideas, we betie, we be below ra paranda de we be the week nyaranda. Yani yog kanang che yani halat nafsi ke ache ko eskere ko you just want to have sex. See? You know, most of the time, you can and if you go to court, a lot of sexual cases, especially among people in their 40s to their 45s to their 50s, because through midlife crisis, which in awareness when so they can come down and they can be educated and take medicine. By the way, treat it. You can treat it. So one of the major causes of midlife crisis, briefly, very often as a man or woman, I don't know how it works for women. I think I should research more about it. The year 40s to year 45, that's the one you actually wanting to, that's when you do credential self-reflection. You see? Yani, most of the time in the under jala wise thing. You see? Jala wise, like you will jalu settle, we will come down. Yani, yatena, akhlaq alu jal, yani, birka show kira. Jala kam ke ben go to the page, you get down up in galore, dear thing. I can come ben and the card, dear, ke kam queen, ujala. Koi bukela ting koi unki kang yoko ukira very often you can ngat den kwa ngwe wo ke ko tin ngara di dia you get busy no you get busy, you know. These people that age, that's the age people go through midlife crisis without their knowledge. You see, a lot of people don't get to be aware in case they are going through midlife crisis, and they get to act in a very awkward ways that actually destroy their own future. You see, nas kutar يعني انت لو ملاحظ الناس اللي بيخرجوا بيوتهم اكثر ناس في عمرهم اربعينات ل 45 ل 50 دول تلقوا عايز في مشاكل اسريه بحته جدا جدا وتسال سبب شنو او تسال زول هذا سبب شنو يعني تلقوه بيجي باعذار كده تعبان جدا كده ده كلام كده المفروض ومونجين وجنوبيين كلنا يا جماعه الكلام ده امشي ادرسوه اكثر ما ادرسوا الكلام بس مجرد كلام هنا. I actually researched this. I went through a few journals. I read a few psychology books about this thing, and these are facts. Go find out for more for yourself, so you can be able to protect yourself and handle when the late until mid-age life crisis. You see, because you need them without your knowledge. You see, the sooner you start feeling you did not achieve much in life, that's when people start to feel lost and they feel like they cannot achieve anything anymore. Because what happened is by the age of 45, a lot of us, I'm talking about as our community, we South Sudanese, you know, we South Sudanese, because naturally, by the age of 45, as a man, you should be successful. You should be really successful. When I say successful, you should really be settling. You're supposed to have a very decent marriage life. You're supposed to have a decent job. You're supposed to have achieved many things, or maybe at least progress, doing well in life. You know, you are not suffering from the financial issue. You are not actually still struggling with trying to find a job. You are not really still running around trying to educate yourself. No. 45 you should be طبعا ده عندنا ظروف مفهومه انه احنا جايين في مجتمع يعني ما كنا عندنا مبادئ كويس لكن في لما نجي بلد زي استراليا ولا امريكا ولا كندا sometimes we want to do things very quick, yeah, so we can catch up. We want to buy nice cars, we want to have a decent life, we want to marry, we want to have good homes and all that. You see, most people when they find themselves they did not achieve a lot, that's when they start overthinking. You see, so overthinking is one of the symptoms sometimes of those kind of middle age crisis. So into Hanna Babi Abna Sudan, Kalam Shulu series. If you are grown up in your 35, 40s, or 45, please think about this, 47, whatever you are, in that age, think about your life and be careful and be conscious about this thing called mid-age crisis. Because in zaman right because your body hormones, I love you mongyal. Irigit nam dam. Irigit zajan and in satisfied. You always want more. You always want more. You want more. And most of the time, we regret the fact that we did not try our best. Sometimes a lot under the yoke and he's doing great. You feel sorry for yourself. You feel sorry for yourself. How come you're under in your success and you're trying and you cannot? And then these things accumulate. All this frustration accumulate. Especially by Jabal and Nang meet by and there's a lot of demands. And you cannot afford them all. You can go somewhere else, and they cannot balance it. They cannot figure out how to balance it. So between any issues in the family, or between any issues personally that at the personal level. So committed life crisis, finance Bedri and the other life to Karan, Kiron, the Jack doors at you can go Yelbus, Chinke Changman Wizard. Chinke Pingben. You can real bus yantal go and hormone go up the iron janya very higher pay temper no protect and creeping too much in a fight. You see, we lack of education. We're supposed to have a community that or in as a civilized human being, research about these things so you can be able to walk through them. I think, especially if your body hormone the chicken changes and you in general yoke in but out of nowhere. I think we can you need to calm down, and think about it, research about this thing, talk to your GP. Tell them, I'm going through some emotional roller coaster that I don't understand why. Abilu refer to a psychologist. Psychologists will actually talk you out of these feelings, or maybe give you some medicine because every time you feel a certain way, you will come down. Some people they resort into alcohol, or smoking marijuana, just because they cannot handle the thinking, about life and especially their failures. You see, or and then suddenly he lost them all, in a family, or a well, or a business, whatever. So, age of 40 to 45 is a very, very, very dangerous moment. Well, we pass. Some people, when they get to their 50s, commit age crisis, can disappear, and then they become very calm and very methodic and very thoughtful and very, very slow in everything they do now because the energy they running too high paid it, they lose slow down. And I'll go back here 45, come what they, I think, for 55, come what they cut in a very high temper. Their energy is still high and they still want too much and they still overthink too much about their failures, and life in general and things they want. I think. So, can I know thing or you share quick? I think. Go to Google, especially go to Google Scholar. I think go to other Indian university student, go to your portal there and research about these things, about mid-age crisis or midlife crisis. Research about it and find how to go through it. Because the more you are aware, the more conscious you become. And when you are conscious about it, the harder it actually become harder on you. Elu tackle place because experts they talk about how to deal with it. So think I won't take one. Epat bangi cuman channel well. Intel of Murar Bayan, Ramsar Bayan, Setabayan, Sabar Bayan, Tamanar Bayan, who almost in your 50s. If you feel that in Korea for no reason. Sometimes your body temperature rises, especially at night time out of nowhere, and we need to and then inoran di mas no yogin taka pedi in chenin ini chenin yani re talk about peer ko wike go nga try to find solution you sport pela re dai you to won bina lu socialize tin ga ko ala mat bro ngey mut kwes peer du ga taka too much ko ne lew ne loy let's say you get a material go level masalan kilu saral, you know, don't worry about it, you know. Ko ka in their 60s, there's nothing wrong with that. You see, come down, fix yourself up. Wir ko ku rabban inshallah yu faklek bin beti bin nang ando ba kit ko wen ken bay ken a business ngui belo ko ka level in your 30s or your 40s. Yes, it's to 50, why not? You can still do business. It's too late for any business rani ya ka pinga chol mình đi đến cho Kentucky nên cái điểm cho KFC cái cái này cho cái đằng Kentucky fried chicken ấy bây giờ giá cái chức năng 70, so cái cho decent life or lên gì can come at any age, doesn't necessarily depend at your early age, I think, because qua cho cái gì mà ô dù biết qua coi chi cái đi sau này bài ai cho muốn nên bây giờ phải qua chỗ right qua cho cái tí là chẳng cái nào được tên hoặc là rồi cái này là chính đi cho lo chi phí đấy open nênจะkan gana chúng ina na ding ci dang nang Facebook ita ci elu patta won di pe just Facebook, you see chúng ina na ding ci ngar bendi you never know tere lo lom den or you never know how long in you know save it and go wajar bendi ni pa I think so open wa tong I think when it come to you know peer in jël ko jall yok wala en peer geew wala en peer whatever ka pan go bu ke ga ci sa na jama so kana e pata bung diri ga eding ring bi chor yang bai yang jurup kan kamsin sana chi juru lu hamo chi jangte du le ko tin pala ba it will take generations to actually begin nang changes one lot economically and educationally as well, because majority of us ranela ba yo kaning 40 something kan one teaching skills teaching professions, so who do you blame that to e yang thing ko ja ke busy che ko ben ke kan opportunities kan to go to school. Hello, Nyanudit. Molan. So, Malum can I mind to large about Modoro share this video. Kubana damage in a better language, the Kennedy pay. It I can't explain about because as I always believe, the Nijig and around the Katam and Nijib and water to the Nasala, who by a yoga coin expert, the Ningen coin to get psychology or coaning the door when. You know, please do not be shy to actually educate your community about psychological effects or what we call as a midlife crisis, I think. So this is I could actually go deeper into it, like I don't want to waste too much time explaining it, but I'm sure it's very clear now in the midlife crisis. When the kin jarjar yani when you are a teenager minta na din bajal jarjar ke kokok chop ke piri atin bajal jarjar ba ci gwak na ba tari dot buron ta diak buron tiro bir yok ka cingi zar bakara ku ben buron ta diak ben ban dor ka ku zara buron ta ngare dampi atin ben ban dur ki dur ki loy 50 mantin, you see, so na la kana bin jal for something dor ke yok your energy ka jalu slow down jasu tok arbej jadi lein jalu self review ba den ka jal ta ka ban nga jalo chi piri ke yobret inda dong we gatara ji nyang pin jadi ka tele ka nafsa ka ilu hit na yubin dana yogini rande muk rande ka chol ke chol magro jadi ka yini ni chirwa gen kalas ka tele ka ba le ba no control. Some people they go through it within 2 years ko jail, and then they retreat from any overthinking. I know people, and then going you get Australia. That in Chi Coco and the can add the mo to which she joined Magala quit the mo. You see, I keen the time came to pass and they really changed, and now I don't believe it that now they're very responsible. I would buy businesses. They don't very successful people. But there was a time chica kanga chirko chiramo chirana yoka chinamo yeral and a yoke came a grung den man in a watch pinch him to the father. When I think Kajamo kaj or la natigam nananga machine loy ko haja be invent biran temen bitin ka baramil yo ka dek abramil ku kita pe mau bin ngi ma pan ko haja na ma ama ngi chemical wa kan ko chol in ke de ku jam yurut ma jam rot bas ya ni ro yo chi ram tia a che ma pap ati a che ma kwa na jin ma afro na ping iran de ki jin mo na pat e mo na nyom ku ja lai cái chi ngi sar ku je de ki ka de ki chin lai kan ben be go các bạn ra je kan ben be e de pa ko li ko no mi jan len bi jala yen bi no siar ku na yo ke ro kala jage bi ka dia la la so tek in pierdo ka e in the evening is you especially the you handle properly, you know, where in your 40s, in your 45s, and you felt not to, you know, you don't have that enough energy to take it easy. Coi có cái nào nó vô cái wall lôi too much, cái nào nó vô cái wall lôi, yeah, you can tell this guy no go be stressed, you know, cái đó dia ko, cái role cái đó, I think. The remember jumped in briefly. Tawan cái đến chal menopause taban arfin fitin diar wala en ko ben men wala ko chara ma jar wan ngumral maraha ka to na to mon jang le ke zaman dan ci dan kwaj etin so ka de cin kwaj tawan ko lo a quick per mon jang tu I don't know how they meet per mon jang ba on ter ke dir wutu ke dit, you know, and their attitude and their energy chang because an kerete lakin tin mi kwan ke war ke relo ke fi umral maraha ya umar khatir ken jida. You see, طبعا يا رجال في مرة 14 تنا. Some people are quite early in their 11 or 12 years old are quite early. Quite at least 14, 15. You see, so that age teaching you we call get. I think we call it camping. A time your human mate like a diet everywhere. Got the loose changes, hormone they getting higher. You see, and hormone I get your until the assassin. Uzamanda kaman shahwat that are too much of it. When you bakang nang teenagers, make sure you really watch them carefully and observe them, who they socialize with and who what they do. Kuna ye parent bin pink dina, tenin mandun 14 years old, 15, 16 years program. Bamong num penyen. Just to pass the zaman basit without the pojen kwaikena, asan to pass. You see, by the time they need maybe still a couple of months, you see, couple of months, 1 year. By the time they need 15, Kailu come down, and 16, Kailu come down, and until they're 17 or maybe 18 years old. You see, it depends on their body system. So, when 14 years old, 15, 16 years old, that time they become sexually very active. Their energy is really high. Make sure you take each activity. After school program ولا تنوين تهيتن كورة ولا حاجة يجي برنامج عشان ما يركز في حاجات وانتابه كوين عمر وين يكين نمري الله دي دفعك كوا باي because جسمه ذاته رجوع كرل ولو بيكو بيرت sometimes because كتير هرمون كده يبقى so meet عمر ده يكو كمونين كودو كده لو stress كمان too much because that time meet جاي باي الله into the street because the in para when ki educated pat kuloro loy ban nam nan ter le ding ba teenager do ba lui ba nok ko ba lu ko da ko ngari and then kulolo sa de bin yen jel pi kwaj I think and those hormones ata ko ki ko ga lu a lot of conflict a lot when you mi go yoga am nim dial ko jel ka bay because that moment you don't want to be very aggressive and you don't want to be very soft as well who be a firm ke yani dugo ben banga pay dugo ben lowo je pay in même de chit du monti that in no parent one very soft let's say in che got katir I think don't change, keep it that way and change your communication tactic. I think try to listen more to them and direct them to the right course. Yani masalan tumanu taniyar panabun okay chala niyar panabun ku yi barnamij der khalaf panabun shanen ngomde believe focus because that time if you go to Google as well a lot of Australia by then I think in ABS I think ku lotting statistic bita nas nyir ke gelia nyir kurinti ke lie fu moran maraha tan indi de pe hatta fi juzuran zaman dan hina I think في مدارس مختلطة ولا من generally I think because that age is a very critical age I think so kuralo the kian jal in jarel you are 20 you are whatever you are whatever it's normal Okay? By the time the Linda and yet over 45, Kieti in Pacifically, yeti. Ka Taman quite mantic Dora Ergol. Dora Ergol to me. You see? So Kadora Jalu Wasel, that my Umurdukulu, by the age of 45, most they are already in a coach. You see? Think that a coach in their 50s. You see? Let me look on thing and everything. Like in that time, in the thing that mean Dora they quite in there. Getting a corridor in Menopause in English language. To Andorra in English is menstruations. You know, sometimes you call it a period. So good on the key door the chain court or the job the yellow cut up like a BTV in General. Yaro. Most of the tickets you getting mostly a kill van I think. Which is an issue. The most of the problem there, the key door the chain court, there is a hard is Mara visit. Ticket to the pay. Alam ko na tabi apa na Google mo bago lu research ko or naliw kay jam getang if they have those feelings. Ela kasi diaro nito ngwan kibi dora zaman dora chen ko class mo 45 tane dora ci ko ci ben wala 46 wala 47 tane bop daraja harara tan tabi bama ci daraja harara de 37 to 38 degrees Celsius. Yeah? يعني 37 ل 38 درجة حرارة. كنا أجل من فوق على كيرود داك. يعني تيجي بيجوا كوك كيتوي نوك. makada kan ni la tay tay reban ni mena gaida ni nakti. Ya too warm about it. O mashakal communication edit ndana pa. So you can have a problem then there. Then role unke kujen in that particular moment. You see, marala bita kwa yung terin welga. It come back again. Believe it. It come back again. A woman in their 40s or their 45s, as soon as she menopause, they become sexually very, very, very active. Yep. I'm sorry to say this, but it's actually something is right there on Google. You can Google it, you can study it. They become sexually very, very active. Then, in the white, the problem then, they are around. But young people that umur ku yogiri ke rawan jadid, you know, for chalanang health issues, and you don't meet situation irritated, a problem arise there. Another situation that I studied, which is yok kroloy. Sometimes it can go two ways. Either we are too sexually active, wala ni azad yakfil. Ni azad yakfil bitara ci la taga ci la dan wi barnamaj day. Kroloy fatara mayen ko tok. Fatara inti raawon ci go pial bu tiang be ni bu lu gafal. See? Iran le pe nyaay le me tay dem yang de he has someone else ci ku ka ben wa ko dero lo yani mazajara bi khayf al bayt yati wende mashakal inde ki tingam because there is that misunderstanding tiga ku ngolo rete den mo ko ngolo rete tik lakini he treated as well and wale dek to calm it down yati so eben ka lot of communication ya jama an mawdu da biji be mashakal katir خلافا من sexual part of it or energy or whatever that is, the bank got the issues, especially the temper, the headache, تغيير المزاج تقدر اللي بتجاوبت for no reason. بس ما كويس يمكن تيجي نفسيات كواكلا رجع لتيم بادري كدال بس بدين لي كمان أنا سر شيء كي no كيرو وار هرمون كي كيرو غير hormone thing out of get natural get so you as a civilized man you need to be very understanding you have to understand talk to your GP and seek medical attention. That's all you need, you know, and that will pass that period can pass. It will pass very fast. It could stay 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, or whatever, and very quick, a few months, but could go to and she could become normal again. So there are many information into it, but out of respect, I don't want to be very into it a lot. Please, tin từng cái umur kan dot, I think walin nang mandun cegat di rawan ki gar masala ki ku wala nang madurun educated jam ke na kan nalum de pinke de kada ya ka kada kan sa ja bare lor ni lor sa kira baba wan de di pas ngol rote ati ngi won tin ngel asan nangi bi amalum an ku na ja de ya kaman ku win jam ke won mit ka ben ku kira yu fi hala dak ya ni kinang takhir mood du yer gear bas ati I don't know where ka chingi chi raj po ati ka lek mo ndu yan tar ben an chir kan issues of my mood is again wala yan that door DJ ben for good because I'm here 45 or 50 years old or 46 or 47 you see so ku chira ni achira men na chi kurang ro loy ka nang jar ko did that 50 that people to people changes kan ni am hem we bugang e ko je tie I think queen thing in mo ndu menopause period is really very important kuba nang malum kafi anu lord panaki and ask more maybe Doctor will explain to me maybe better than I do because I could engage I already knew it a long time ago and I want to research more about it and then issues that are so tangible as well I don't want to balatin they are to real so kayin in malum adin tin wi balo share the week credential menopause kan is a man de ki purity ki en court na jo ko en to herat fi halat nafsiyat ke I think digale bu diaw I don't know where ali bu arnam I don't know where ali bu yoke zajan I don't know where so ke tin mo ñun white and fi lahada please when you see your wife changing mood do something about it positive be positive do not assume things tare wala wi moy wala tare yena tare chi man I think we that in tige man assassin you don't really like it because gara bi kan gor ngam ngam chi chen ma chi benu ji kan gor da gar ma yakadir gar yiro so color just be mindful and be really smart about it and be nice to your wife and always treat her well with all respect and these are the internal issues du ko la jama ye ko ko teng de wala min no keep it to yourself keep it professional okay so baren ngi kamani ke dictora ma kin do tan mana abun ni londe kin open pa ba na ni dun tin ngi ka ba lo share ke mit ba ko nang dan ke camping jadi ku ta ko ni pat aga kira leng la kin aje akang bayrach for 5 years old 40 to 45 years old please make sure you watch yourself exercise please ya kulo exercise ma bi marpa ya kulo exercise ke dur be la kat lakini chat ya ka chat jama ntara be wolu mal le يعني بقى chat 1000 خطوه في اليوم ده بالنسبه لك يا كويس يعني 1000 خطوه دي خطوه اللي لازم نعملها one step at a time يعني بيشوكا كويس كن يبغى كذا دي 1000 times you know ya chat ba chat ay lo go da ma ga so ka yo ka an ngale bu ko nyin an ko ko nyin ki to gob do wi ko won lo en bu ti a je to je da non kwa den na wi ko won bu ti na kan ai be through exercise I think to ran je kwertu you need to really be ask your doctor what you can kwertu I know non ko je kwertu lakini lut fit as well lut fit chotam ya lu exercise asan do piandu I chol lu to lu piandu ko ka yok do le na roku ka lu rok taman yen makana program jara ke makana ran indre makana adu bran guro ginto bran guro ginto ran inagra duran gura so arin ruok in riam chala chat go in riam lui pam la yo ke ru busy in the most busy organ human ani in riam chala chat belen nomit ni ko turu riam tawan riam chat ke ga lir ni tawan ko ku ke na da no me ke de pi e de ga lir ko achi lir di la tena direct ya la ten turu riam so riam du lazim kun khafif يمكن يوك تين دمو خفف ديك دمو عشان دمو ما يكون تقيل خفف ما tap koy ma tap ko cham saut age koy nang a lot of heart problems one also mental problem as well because mom do the beer constantly to go in to fresh up mini pi de ga chele no ala ya lira mi kana chele no ala ya and then organ ro kwa jala lui biga lir te mi kan bi jala nyaay rur yam bi la no so ni na yo very fit when I yoke yam ke tegil ka jipat don so exercise and eat well exercise and eat well bare par kal pa mo nyele gal cham ko tu mai gal kan nge ko ngari am that's bullshit apat I can do cham na pe du lo gen barna am yare ka cham bak you know just eat it sometimes yeah sometimes so kai ko yok matin ka che Iran yo na nang health issue jero ba lo nen kala ngege to ka tinyar ka lo ngege nang masha ka ro ke ti ngule ka mo cham ko mo too much bela khasa mi don ci ngi taxziya fi gisam ta no den wa nang lum dan de ko ke bon min bat e ko puntin professionals cham combo is good but don't eat it too much ta machar too much of everything ngi pat ke tiring ka tir ma ko Picture combo gatira cepat jam su kan lama pa cepat kiri mana wi bale balance pinggir ko ajar yo mutin wala ko ayun sifla pin man ina mit sahaja ko ba ko bala mit talia wala ba shtishrab haja asan ba mi dole balance ko ni lazim tashrab mo aja ma moya ngi ko an ba tu jinu ko aja de fi pa in jal de fi te ji te chin la ke in jal bana ci po ga wala me kan fi wala an ki de fi to an kana ci healthy your roku awi dig awi a lot of them because 70% of your liquid inside you could into liquid tell mo tang manyang dar jama lu ko tang manyang to ra jama bu ko alel tang manyang disin the inside your liquid are pew pew yeah pew korean pew aga pew 70% yeah so most of in the entire body ke rung kun ci dang dang ga ina pew ni na pat la ba ci le la gar so so eat you could do pay eat and drink a lot of water okay do anything cham chat about the pew or some spicy stuff at the pew and exercise that's it you don't have a six pack but at least exercise trong cái này nang at win chat in waran six pack ko che chat because ran six pack regular digim but quite tender but doesn't mean when they are fit you know ngi ko lo ko der ku kai ko it is rather ba chai di ting nang ya to ko lin dit dan ba tay you know we nang pen den chol high cholesterol a lot of skinny people they think are healthy but they're not healthy if they don't exercise they're going to end up having high cholesterol ton cholesterol e myok yen ku yo ma jalang ten wen kana arat ke yen o mashakal ke yen ko ja mashakal qalbiya yana pengen nge chi stroke dom nge chi heart attack dom pena tin toy ben ma ko yen ko toy ben no challenge yelo ko choy ke pad so male ja ma che kan jirang we ben nge pay wala ci wel ñaar I'm not a doctor as well these are all my personal understanding of thing I learned and I'm still learning and man abuna jama ko jofa do mat ko ga ba ja ben pol o naning topic en ke bien sasa ni ba na gut ko pay ko che yul ka da loy mantin neding ko chol mat nit ke lo ke chol mat kan na yan mat ke ngek neding ngek mat dia you know it's good ba nang ko yin mat ke you see but before kinang we ran we mat in you need to understand mother ben get two things you know طبعا اجتماعية بصفة العامة but بالنسبة لصحتك they are socialized they are social person لكن ما هذا بين كان كارو بين كان نجاح بين كان فشل في الحياة حياة شخصي يخرج شخصي you know كوتشي باقي أغلبا so Ero loy kadang. When a job rating could be a success. And I'm not saying this and by a no. I just want you to be self-aware, to be very conscious. It's quite a chattered in your land, in a chin coin market. No. I think chattered that he has thousands of friends. You know. When I ran over your canal, coin by a bay, I can't make that. Kumata at Tabagat, Madi levels. And then put on Yikin, Kiama. A lot of people sometimes take it Yama, Yama, Yangi. Sometimes you are better than math. You see, but I need to have to grow. Sometimes you guys chat a little bit here and there. I think at a certain level, so even young level there. So they came out low. They ban cái đến cho influence. Quý gia influenceเลยtụi mình nhang. Tại nhưng mà lúc tụi mình nhang tàu well, I'm tired of saying things in Tongo and Jetoka. A bank influence is eating. Yani Ranmat Gain. Toran can attracted on Ramad Karan. Any influence can get. And then can you attract to somebody? Be a madu. Talk either you can, let's say, it depends on the Ramatunia. We got Panabun, we got community. Yeah. Well, we are any Tanaloy, Masala. Aglaban, to know woman you are community. Most quite mad, the getting in math within our society, a community near quite matter. I think, or nigh by 2 colleague kill. You see? I'm in China, Queen, I don't know. Eh? A chalmo, Mother Chalmo, influence Chalmo. What is it called again? Influence? I could not even read that one, sorry, man. Okay. Alright, man. Alright, it's all good. I will find out. We need to develop our language. The Monjang need to be developed. One day I said it in one of my videos that ni ke chol pi chang ting meno chang ngan pat ko ya jer ko ya kat pat ya YP if you are not educated in your own language kin ke pi chola chong mu ba mu PhD then I don't believe I'm educated, you know. Even though I can read Arabic, I can speak English, I can write it, that is not education. Education ba di na bi benefit ban tong man yang waraga job they are good. Bagat mandia wala bagat yang dia wala bagat walan wala bagat ngam be tong manjang bagat ku god tanju be tong manjang ka nge yen ya pi khalas at talan kan la jama yen because ma to tichin ga tong dun you are not educated by the way, you know. Pal ku ka no le chak sa, you know. We buga pi be tong manjang nam hurut nang won to ko ro won diak la de jama ba nang diploma certificate ba nang degree ba nang master degree buga nang PhD ba ngak PhD be tong manjang aja ma. Kalau kan to koi ko sa lo wa bida na nustamare tong dun asa Chinese wala en Asian ko getinga chute United Nations ala jam dun tong den ikran ko English nika but there is nothing Russian, you know. Russian jam tong den jur kan Sudan ka yo ga sa bit kala maro bes le la no ci jaban fe kay pat be jala bes la kina slan tar kan bi yo ko yu tong da lo development ter عشان بقى بيك بوادين أصلا مدارس أنا بتمنى إنه وزارة التربية والتعليم في جنوب السودان يعني بيانang لغات يعني مثلا إن بتيجي تون عرب ولا تون إنجليزي يعني إنه official language يعني كي موي نوير كتون نوير متن بيا قط تون نوير يعني ناي مونجان كي قط تون نوير تون مونجان تن ناجل ويجو بين مادي كوكو كون كتين كجل مادي كوكو كون other languages just for the sake of social life, but actually people should learn their language, how to read and write it, you know. To an academic level, bukan nobles. As you can imagine, we don't have watching majalat. We don't have newspaper in Tongmanjang. We don't have magazines in Tongmanjang. You know, there should be like magazine, all kind of magazines, fashion magazines, food magazines, you know, agriculture magazines, you know, political, whatever magazines, you know, in Tongmanjang. Wala ana lo bukit wazir tarbiyah talim kita Junub Sudan kalau enforce Tongmonjang Bungnang Institute of Higher Education in Tongmonjang. Anyway, to the topic. To the topic. Yang kan zaman tu nanti jadi kan memang ribet buat kadang-kadang. Jadi, so kekecil mat ban ke influences. Jadi, ban ke influences. Apa they are well aware of that. Because kalau monjing tahan keng monjing ke aja mah. Ai dole samdan lagi monjing aja mit. Kan kau nale tong dah lu ke develop aja mah. Lu ke tong monjang lu develop. Jadi, asan biar tongon biar international zat. Jadi buka jamin. Kalau kau ni bank kan kau jalan tu tong English jarai tong Arab jarai. Jadi, kau ke berlaman di United Nations walau kau je ni where biar jam tong monjang bas lu terjemah. Ini semua terjemah. Ada nak tahu nama sih. Acuh ada pergi pak. Asyik antaran ni ada lu betul kan ni aku kalau ada junuk kalau ada politician. Ku cetak apa ya pi tong monjang alat mah naik neng mission kan dole nanti biar jalan jam tong naik $2 nanti. Baik development or whatever, in ku jan siasa ni kan mera jam tong Arab. Jadi, jala pan English ka jam tin tong English. Ning ku mission English tong English baik ka jalo. Otherwise tong monjang number 1. Jadi, nanang tong dina matin ka ba ting tok kan ka jan matin. Jadi, temen ko won ke tia ko pay temen tong dan jursol. Lan biran dia fio jana. Are me am pay di. Ana kai kwa kai ta. Jadi, itong nuer da lo fetere ka piran. And many other interesting language temen tong shulu ku kira. I think we'll build a very good society. Oh yeah, you're right, my brother. I can't. Kumadan, Panlan, Pan Willoy, Willow, buy boy band. You can't go little, the buy boy band. We're still busy. You can't go little kayak and come away. I will be a little sugar. Then call Legan and I will walk out, look, Bugal, eat, with development, me and Jalben. So I can Michelle, I'm going to the Borolo, inshallah, hopefully sooner. You know, maybe God is waiting for you to come there, and you will make a difference. Hopefully, walk on Budu Ajama, do one be open a year. Nana, we end with a age care, with a moiter bumpers, then the book out. Otherwise, you're going back home. Yeah, book by a quite. Ukara by there go for the man, and you guys do something. Don't wait for us. Some of us watch below. Nkogo. Near Pankaiden, get your gadget that get your case, take a like a post. I think. Birar ko kaya na cheka palkai bija akan kai call. So to the topic, choose your friends wisely. You know, and every friendship that is not leading you or not leading you to making you to think positively, reduce it. Don't quit it, but reduce it. Limit that friendship. Depend on your taban peer ya aspiration peer ya aspiration taban aspiration bela tong manjang aja jadi aya kawon ran which Ambrose, how you doing, my big brother? I back there and taking them. I think maybe I'm going through middle age crisis. That yeah, that's what they say, man. Any can get by them. You let by them. Quite a bad jam. They'll haram me. I book a my one day, believe it or not. Lala, Yakma good. The usual. Yeah, and you know, which you call you know, quick or not little chitty. They stole. I can say with confidence that at least we've lost over $30 to $50 billion. But I mean foreign donations. Believe me. I can't one. I can't allow by jam go. I can't you get I know you get. I think a member of inshallah you follow with Jiblana, visionary leader. Hakim Nazir Zol in the Roya, Zol Behab al Watan, Zol Mind to get Ramon with Makan Terza, Zol with Makan, Ningake, Maja Yakola Janas, Zol Jay Tabugan to Jinu Sudan, Zol is Ricky Toyed, Sheres Lami, and Luta Jinu Sudan. Aye. And a cheer, Captain, Biangi Jarkan, and Jackapian. Ran Jakang Burana Quine, or Burana Louis, Hukuma, Queen Salahetke. Burana Yen Salahetke, Yin Mayadem Kafaya, Queen Maj dead. And then you again in we march the you know, maash. You know, so that's a quite a full time job now. Chan we chingu chola gala naneng rawan masalan chi ministry war kalau legal ministries bim ka chowe ko jidi that mentality is stupid. Kadan ka wajib nang experts. What about koi won ke technical expert? Koi won ke tofi wazara already they have 3, 5, 6, 7 years, 10 years experience. But chok we go le ko jidi dabe. That policy need war jinu sudan. Running run there in the field. You should be left there. I know, man. They already did. I just think Matar Uganda already took over the Ugandan airport because Ugandans they're trying to compete. They're trying to show off to us or to Africa. They got $200 million and they borrow and they could not pay back. Because we back at G7 get a JB in a Buddha hotel, kind of a chicken hotel. You know, but I get no. Well, later the topic. Let's go back to the topic. I think my friend Ambrose is still my big brother, my friend. And met away. Ran to railway, we man buy, you know, Zol me. And Ustaz McQuindit, how are you, brother? And one of the good guys. You know, I know a lot of people. Tamanen, I'm Zol behavior Litamaya Hill Hayajama. Lana Pino, Jaka agree. To do your best, you know, be as nice as you can be. Writing a coin, Piazza and manner to Monjang. Piazza to Monjang manner. And I'm not the greatest person, you know, and I'm not the best or anything, but at least I try my best to be as nice as I can be. Because Pinlancheng Quadekwa will talk job. In Ematku Quine, very carefully, you can bought. With specific interest, you know, when he mad because we welcome Aram again, and he's a really good guy. You like a challenge, in debate, you know, he's not always being polite to you, and he's always not being rude to you. He's always at least very real to themselves. Quite real to about you. Don't friend up fake people. I think. There are winning dreams. You have dreams, you know. And I want you to please, if you like this, share this with your own kids. Talk to them about friendship and let them understand different kind of friendships and the consequences of having friends. You know, the good part of it and the bad part of it, so they understand. Because the wall is too big for them to see it at once. I think, but through you, they will create a perspective. I think. Depending the Indian and the cake, what you socialized in the cake, like exactly because Maluma again in Maluma when you transfer because no do a kid memory card. So whatever information is there in the same information, one positive but the allo share so they can be better than you. Be a quite a peerage, then peer. I think last brand the alarm, but I think I pay. Getting so I will talk about myself, the way I run friendship, you know. And when I was a kid, when I was growing up as a teenage boy, you know, I used to socialize too much. You know, I like fun people. You know, I like fun people. I like to be with people who are very respectful, who can joke. They can joke. You know, they can say jokes to me and I won't take it personal. I tell them jokes, they won't take it personal. Stuff like that. That's my kind of person, people I like to be with. And then I like to be with people who are ambitions. I like ambitious people, you know. Yes, I think. Yes. Yes, that you're right, my quantity, yes. Mother with a tech. With a branded. Branded, yes. Yes, good to trust people. I think. When I was a kid, when I was growing up, trying to figure out things I want in life. Because sometimes it doesn't really work well as you grow up. Because as you grow up right now, in Japan we can too much interested to pay when I'm talking about the time in which you paid it because that's where your life turning point of your life is when you are growing up, in your 20s, in your 17 and all this stuff, because the kid in 40, you don't really take friendship that serious anymore. You are more into family, you are family oriented, you are more into about your kids now. It's not about your friend, about a lot. At a certain level, but when you are in your 20s, that's when you really need your friendship, because friends then are influence. When you are a young one, why? Because of the kind of friends they had, teen, for example. And when I was a kid growing up, I did not have much opportunity in terms of education. And that's come down to the fact that I and you see. But I was always curious and wanting to learn, I hate the fact that I could not read, so I had to read at early age. You see, learn to read newspapers and stuff like that. You see. So and then I like people when they talk about the future a lot. Most of my friends are dreamers. I had very interesting friends, people that would dream big. And I'm saying we dream big. We don't know what the impossible. You see, impossible. We don't know. We knew that we could be anything we want in life. And we talk, we elaborate, and we research. We observe. We are not analysis. تحليل بنحلل أي حاجة اجتماعية سياسة at the age of 17, 16, 17, 14 years old, I was in that mind, that state of mind, you see. So I had a friend of mine, and I didn't 40 years old, you see. I don't feel comfortable around people in my age when I was 14, 15, who talk about alcohol. All they think about is or the party. I used to dance a lot, but I didn't really party that much. I go to parties, but I don't go to parties for the sake of loving parties. You see, I like to be with people who are business-minded people. You see, also at the age of 11, I had a business. And get komwe Bursuran, Panchal Bursuran. And quite did other than Nangi, they remember me very well in Port Sudan. You see, and I wait up, come wait up as well, be cigarette. You see, so I grew up pursuing life. You see, and I want to down bad their near this sexual stuff thing. Then I man. Again, I don't tend to follow them a lot because I know they're not conscious, and I don't want to. I hate to offend people to tell them, man, what the fuck. I don't. I express the thing I want. I talk to them. I remember back in 1991 when I was growing up as a teenager. 91. I don't know how many of you were wise enough in 1991. You see. I'm sorry to say that, but I'm sure many people whom we grew up with are wise. We used to talk about America. In 1991, I already knew America. You could really make it. You could really be a good basketballer. You could be a boxer. You could be, if you fail to succeed in the academy, you can be anything in terms of sport. And that's what I had in mind. I used to always believe that if I go to the United States, I will do something. I will become a boxer. I will become anything physical to be successful, And that what driven me to leave Sudan before I even reached 20. When I left Sudan, I was about 18, I think. Yeah. So choosing friends is very important. That's one thing. Too many cars passing by the Rakin package. Told that you have to go to gas yen. You told gas Arabia and I'm you see, so Cockachal Madu an influence. I remember Mad didn't my phone. One day watch you bully Yokatarka. You see, from Durman Kalamda. Cinema Durman, Kawajam Durman, some of the Go por ya. Wala kan tari lekan abo lekan we don't like it, man. I don't like this. The by then he take one team police. Wala kan ankin ya police. I don't want to join the police. Wala kala kilo geji. Why be like geji? You see, we joined the army. Yeah, 6 months. Yeah, I remember while the fight away, Lua nearly 16. Yes, I'm Germany and I was a lot of it. You see. So these are the kind of friends that I always follow. People who think about something, what to do next, or what their wishes in life. Because you chat get out. طبعا إيران كاجا تونغ جماعة أنشروا برا تونغ ران بني زول مختلف من الثاني I think بعدين life طبعا how you grew up also another influence some of us grew up with their moms and dads they had everything put together. They didn't have really that much problem. Some of us grew up alone with our own mothers. We didn't have fathers around. My father went to did one job and all this, which is something very proud of, you see. So my mom did her best. I had a great family and all that, you see. But after realizing it, I didn't see the future, so I had to think positive so I can be better. Because I didn't want to. When I look at my own relatives, majority who could not make it in life, who were not successful, I didn't want to be like them. Especially when child intoxicated, when child alcoholic, and I used to cry for them. I used to really, I don't think not and all this stuff. I didn't like those kind of things. You see, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people have the same feelings. So one of the things influence, motivate, or gave me that mentality. So I always feel motivated to be with people who are positive and thinking about future. So I can learn as well. So I can listen to their life experiences and listen. You see. So mala pierrutin either mentino or or whatever are based on your the kind of friendship you've always attached yourself with. You see. What you may not necessarily be a pet like in Mudia looking at it. You can get our own loom, of course, in between be a loom. You can get on a chart, of course, at some point in be a chart, at some point. So everything, you do a lot, by a lot of pay, in influence. And let's say imagine, you keep friends, quite talk about money. All they talk about, not all the time, but, once in a while, have a series about life, and you jam and for business. What do you think, man? We run again. Or you jam about business. You see? Or we jam about Korea, Masalam. We Korea, we be a dictatorial, we be a hard period. When you are around such people, it make you think as well. Each other tech. These people, they only talk about money. Or you see them always having money. Of course, at some point, you see. So, if you are into education, be around people who are educated, who talk about education a lot. If you are into business, be around people who are business-minded people. So you can learn as well. So you can also influence them or be influenced by them, be inspired by them. You see. Initially, I'm just a normal person. Railway chat, rail to when you die, joke, when you're adult. Barbecue, with music. You can watch your mom. I don't know but I want to come on Nairobi. This life with that. Kawi book I meet, but getting Nin I could look at the Marv, look at the Lebe, I dig Mao, but show ka jam about their jam about women, sex, life. Ran ka luru challenge. Their ka de kichiran lom, bunga ko la yin ngara dit. Yan ba barnamij ain ma lembe mustaqbal wala lembe najaha wala lembe bihaja. بس بمشاكل وشغل بعد شويه الجماعه دي ذات تلقى ماشي ينقل لك شهر شهرين ما طلع شو كبنجا كشي تنجا لياج نجا شي نجا لياج نجا شي تنج بنجا راج نجا شو ريو بنجا وانت ذات تلقى نفسك المشاكل ده بعدين. So when you are in a group of people who only talk about alcohol and on women conversation and تنجي طبعا عندك ما دائما يوكل يكريبن Ranya nam tiyo kaya yokin ngikiri. I'm not saying more right. More emiat. Kuna erel ke koi wene dek kangai kulo ka piri ke kai kukaga. Don't be with people who are full-time alcoholic. Why? Or people who just, panazaba, and conversation there is not really civilized, or maybe it's just about women. Come on, man. How about when you come here when you take, or we talk about family, talk about responsibilities, talk about how they care about their women. Very romantic people, people who take the woman out for dinner. Koi around it. يعني مثلا ينزل إيران يتيجي بيني شغل كذا باي باندة ده بتاني فترة بيتر لنا هم ده كده لو مرك بروح يعني نانيا كي بنتيان يو كده نان ما ده جتينه ين كوي لويدان كده جون ين بيني بدا ما دي با be with people like that be with people like that it's okay once in a while when I chat getting again at a limit level at a limit level let them understand in keep and in their club in Jalingo or in Jalu retire by then you can ba piring ti ba wait don't roll there now they you them bala ju batan man dina ze you roll dit ko ni lo then ko ngoro jo garin ti tal ko ay bet man zaman kan chalo AK47 man tin ya mu ga bashara wala buai zat ke mo tul ko tunan maram. So, even about the anang time they go when you move on. You see. So, kalangan ya ka tingkero lo in the community, ujalain in wherever in din or kaitin ben are lo in or like lo quite because of whom and where they associate themselves. If you are with friends who have this tendency of jealousy, then they are jealous. Be pure. Achi bilagi in bar achi saburu pai kulele kwaingalam no abi galo ke nani bi adai and then ba chwa sai bro yoki chi join pat ka dedi you see ke ka dedi wala bi la yok pat bi because in mat ke ngek raun welia ko ba ko marian gutin pat bi ben lat pat ka yong nam you see so ma de lo ko moji keu ai Even a look more jail. I think. And Medin Kane can Rajaka one year cake, Cholga Loka. A little dog, if you can. Now you are on the queen of Paltana. We look good, low Purun pot, and get body. You chat a cowan cake Manasa pain. A bit of gear. Believe me, Carlo influence. Kapat in Kailo influence. Actorman cry. Cry you got yellow influence. Like in Mr. Balde, a very short. You see. Lakin kapat mustaqbal de lakin en very infinite they are about rawan alia or rawan is not thinking about the future. That kind of attitude or that lifestyle I think they know majantin lakin zol naja zol befukir fi hayatu zol ka befukir fi mustaqbal bitaw we kapat pierde aje tok يلا توكل شيء لا توج كوي توكزار بشرف جميل يعني كوزكريات كاجمين نج كورا يا شيء تاكسا منتوي كورا بين نمنا يا شيء تاكسا منتوي يرا أنا روار بن community يقول معروف بطبيعة وين مية كده ما تمام كولتو كيا دياب مجاملة number one coi ra chơi điều chứ ngay cái tao salam những cái nào đi tàu vậy ok anh nhớ tình nhìn đấy mà mọi nhà biên cái lên anh nhớ tình nhìn cái đó nghe cho sao này chui về lọ em cái bây giờ we be còn lo qua bên nó biết tiếng cái bên cái nó sao này chui về đây nó chơi interested because that person is mean nothing to them you see like khi ra vấn cái ra vấn amin ra vấn naja fahad zol filen afkar nadif zol filen ijtimai de كويس وأجيلو تدخل في أقاويل كل نيجي لنوك first of all a community لو ميزة بعدين we talk about we wake koi de pingi randa yoga le gal aji to kai to lin arben de chuloy zikr chanwe de chuloy zikr sani wo bara shira sana ka ben zikr la chen lang ron tiar chen ben loy you know e la ga tak bu ka je nim jal marin bar zaman to ro ba ma dar chu kai morni adi kribi ni takule wala plan zaman reference loy e donge ka e donge reference because in the quaint and piat because piat infinite ke top get up like in right in the majang kin po in the majang quay well in the majang ngan well in the majang you know anything when che job pe nam and nang hud mai ne token or nang ten yetin go le loin pin bria wala believe will disappear or something you see but goodness kindness you know never dies cái yo le nya la je to because is love is good, you know, but the devil in the end of it. Anyhow, that is my bit for the night, and I would like to thank you all for the time you've taken to come and share with me. Your brother Ding Duang, go la Huan. Kan cara ambat pun berada. Nah, baru ngikan saya minta mereka tapi dia tidak tahu yang cakap. So I'm not really perfect. Don't consider me as a perfect person, but I'm just like to. One thing I in quite about them is sharing. I like to share my thoughts. I'm still learning. Life is too huge. We don't let it ben. Rancho po job. In the Malawi. In the Malawi. Kopiat in the manner. And jam di ba chol kai te no. Ko kwen banya la chol bi ga no. In rabana dikum malafi kulukum. We dikum la jaha. Wala khase ko ni. Rabana ufok na jama. Wa pa na ira bi wan pi. Wen ni lu ko saving. Dog bay bu lu barnamij bay itu. Ko mukum yet pa jama. Na jaha ci agri rek na jaha kan e musuliya bi na tin kam yet ko bay kan. Tin ki mu yet ko man don to nge po der bala jama ke en ko wi ko piri kan ngana na na junu sudan da kan ci jorok ni talim ko jorok ten ilaga bay tamaya bangen di defay tabi da non ter manja e bang chal ko bang rek ni yok ci ni kiro loy right one of the thing in right I don't know if I said it right. One of the thing in right addiction ban ke right ko addiction right raja pay war cocaine dan e digen ban ke raja pay di ke right loy and let's say انت بس انت زول بتكره اي حاجه كارك يدي كلو راندت اغلب ان كلو كايكو يعني بكري امان مكا man برانام بران نجي بام ko den po jin jati ngeen wala jati ngeen ko aman bكري aman bes nizam ko yoki nizam jiranda loy kaman idi chadraran den kaman idi ngek yem den kaman idi ngek ko loy den kaman are bas men ko loy ini ala addicted kuna chala addicted addiction ko yele ta manya ba and kene ngi gop di ngi gop ku loy zaman loy ki jiran jaban man wala jiran jallo wala jiran ja ini kya murta jongin nang triben ini kya murta because you became so addicted to the fact that you always observe and you just hate. Believe me, my brother, don't do that. Poken in Jannah. Pora masharin Jannah. Agul bidak in Jannah. So for those they are pingana. I train them then. Right po. Juzur ka right po then. Lakin al Jannah kullu fi dimaga kana. يتخيل الجنة اللي بياتي جنة يتخيل ممدوح جدا أكيد كالوي جالة ما